Hey y'all, Mama Snout here, and welcome to episode 2 of Mama Snout Says, where we shoot the breeze on what's happening in the pop culture world, keeping all us moms in the know while sprinkling in some mom inspiration too. On today's episode, I'm going to let y'all in on why all these folks are saying demure like it's a brand new word, knowing full well that word been around for ages. But before I do, I just want to add that everything I mention is just what Mama Snout says. If you have the time, please feel free to look up all the facts and figures. But if you only got these 10 minutes, just know that these are my opinions and just what Mama Snout says. Okay, let me fill you in. Now, it all started on TikTok with this sassy young lady. She created all of these videos talking about how demure and mindful she is about her makeup and how she dresses and such for professional things. She just said it and created her own little catchphrase. Then it took off like wildfire. I mean, you really never know what's going to catch on these days. But anyway, celebrities were saying it. Morning shows were saying it. I think even a few political folks were saying it too. And it could all be traced back to this sassy young lady from TikTok. Well, as you may or may not know, when things go viral like that, that person really does get a full dose of that fame. And that's exactly what happened here. This young lady ended up on TV a few times, and she got her a whole bunch of new followers. Now, while we're here, if you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe and follow me on all them socials. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I'm Mama Snout on all of them. Okay, back to the episode. So she got her all these new followers, and she was getting on videos talking about how grateful she is and how she never thought this would get this big and all of that. She was just honestly really lovely about it. Okay, unfortunately, things took a turn. Now, remember when I said things can be traced back to her creating this catchphrase? Well, she got to thinking and she said, how can I monetize all of this newfound fame? Now, to be honest, anybody will be thinking that same thing. You know what I mean? So she went ahead and started to create merch. Now, for all of y'all that don't know, merch is simply merchandise. So that's t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and such and things like that. Okay, so here she is, new to all of this, making deals with factories and whatnot. Now, what her deal was specifically, I do not know. But I can tell you that some of these factories will allow you to pay something up front, but not all of it, because they will expect their due on the sale of all of those items. Okay? Now, again, I'm not sure if that was her deal, but that can happen. In any case, here's where the turnaround happened. After she made her deals and finally went to trademark her own little demure catchphrase, okay, somebody done already beat her to it. You see, there was a gentleman, I can't recall his name, but he's definitely the villain in this story. See, as the hype around this young lady's catchphrase was catching fire and she was all caught up in that smoke, he seized an opportunity and started the process of getting it trademarked. How awful is that? Suddenly, after having all them high hopes and dreams of making profit off of what she had started, it was snaked away by another. So she got on a couple videos recently crying her poor little eyes out about what this man had done and how now she's stuck with all of that merch that she cannot legally release because he holds the trademark to that catchphrase. Okay? Apparently, this also isn't the first time he's done something like this. Folks were digging into it, and it appears that he's got a history of applying for trademarks on a number of things that he never even started. Well, it is simply just a shame for that poor sassy girl. But learning from this, if you have an inkling that something is taking off, maybe do some due diligence before investing your hard-earned dollars. Again, this is not that poor girl's fault, but I'm just looking for the lesson in all of this. Okay? Okay, y'all. If you'd like to add anything else about what I mentioned today, please feel free to comment below. I read all of them. And that's all for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this second episode of Mama Snout Says. And lastly, but certainly never least, remember, Mom, you are doing a good job. Okay, I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. Bye-bye.